The most common mistakes when choosing an asset manager. In my more than 30-year career, I have found that most investors only realize after suffering losses how much wealth the wrong bank or the wrong asset manager has destroyed. In this video, I will give you simple test questions that will help you identify successful asset managers who deliver results and unmask those who destroy wealth. The great thing is, you will be able to test asset managers before placing your money in someone else's hands. Stay tuned.
Caputo and Partners. We fight for your money.
I am Enzo Caputo. As a Swiss lawyer, I advise wealthy individuals from all over the world on asset protection. I was head of the legal department within the old UBS group. After that, I became the managing director of the Association of Swiss Asset Managers. Today, I am the owner of the boutique law firm Caputo and Partners and make sure that my clients' assets are placed in safe hands. On my website, swissbankinglawyers.com, successful international business people like you will find tips and solutions to better protect your hard-earned wealth with Swiss banks. Thanks to the connections from my previous role as managing director of the Association of Swiss Asset Managers, I gained access to a highly confidential trove of data. I analyzed 115 securities portfolios from banks and asset managers over a period of 10 years. With real data from an extremely opaque market that only a few know, and our razor-sharp criteria, we ensure that your money is placed in safe hands. The main mistake is choosing the wrong bank or asset manager. The following figures prove that good asset managers are not just around the corner. This realization is what led to the creation of my business model. Only 29% of all the 115 securities portfolios analyzed delivered very good results, meaning they generated very good returns. I asked myself the following question: who achieves higher returns? Banks or independent asset managers? Among the producers of top results, only 20% were banks, while 80% of the top results were achieved by independent asset managers. That's why I only recommend asset managers who deliver results and above all act fairly and correctly. Why do banks tend to deliver lower returns than independent asset managers? Many banks are not just asset managers, rather they also sell their own financial products such as investment funds, certificates, and structured products. This inevitably leads to conflicts of interest. The banker becomes a servant to two masters. On the one hand, the banker must protect the interests of the investor. On the other hand, he is exploited by the bank as a salesperson and product pusher because he has to sell the bank's own products. It's difficult for him to be both an advisor and a salesperson at the same time. So it's no surprise that in investment portfolios, you mostly find the bank's own products. It's obvious that the bank earns much more from its own products than from third-party products. Often there are better funds than the bank's own. With structured products, the risks and costs are opaque. Independent asset managers are independent. They are not obligated to any bank. They serve the interests of the client by selecting the best products on the market instead of being tied to certain products. Unfortunately, 80% of all investors have their portfolios managed directly by the bank, while only 20% prefer external asset managers. Many foreigners are not aware that independent asset managers exist. Our study of 115 portfolios over 10 years has shown that independent asset managers achieve better returns. In addition, staff turnover at banks is much higher than at independent asset managers. The result of my study is this: have your securities portfolio managed by independent asset managers, just as family offices do, which manage huge fortunes. Avoid banks that aggressively market their own products through their employed bankers and product pushers. This will have a massive impact on your returns. In addition, you risk being stuck with illiquid products such as hedge funds. Choosing asset managers who are not licensed is a fatal mistake. Fraudsters who present themselves as asset managers or financial intermediaries without a license are only after your money. When making your choice, pay attention to FINMA supervision. Licensed asset managers are regulated by FINMA. Candidates with prior convictions for fraud have no chance with FINMA. They are rejected by FINMA. Regular audits and qualified staff should guarantee proper business conduct, but that is by no means a guarantee of good returns. FINMA is a financial market supervisory authority in Switzerland and is equivalent to BaFin in Germany. Are you unsure whether a particular company is FINMA licensed? Give me a call. I will check it for you free of charge. Take your time with your research. I never put my clients under time pressure. I only want investors who feel comfortable and sleep well. And that for decades. Many investors set wrong priorities. They focus primarily on fees and neglect experience, track record, and investment strategies. Ask to see the CV. Check the professional qualifications. Investors rely too heavily on recommendations from friends, acquaintances, or family instead of checking professional backgrounds. When checking the track record, don't just trust Excel spreadsheets. The financial industry is full of heroes when it comes to creating Excel spreadsheets. We all know that paper will accept anything. Don't rely on Excel spreadsheets. Instead, you should request copies of actual bank statements in a harmonized format to verify the claim track records. Ideally, the track record should cover the past 10 years. It must be sustainable. Anyone who has chosen one of my 10 asset managers has achieved an average annual return of 8 to 12%, and that's since 2008. My business partners have proven over many years to be fair and honest. I can guarantee you that 8 to 12% are the returns my asset managers have achieved on average since 2008. However, past returns are no guarantee of future return. You should take track records and beauty contests about asset manager performance in magazines like Bilanz with a grain of salt. As an investment firm, we have had to represent several investors who suffered heavy losses because they blindly relied too much on the magazine test winners. Pay attention to clear and regular communication regarding investment strategies and risk management. Does my asset manager have the risks under control? Or is he just a fair weather captain who only achieves good results when the markets are attractive? Asked to see the returns from the Corona crash in the first half of 2020. Only those who held their ground during the Corona crash in the first half of 2020 truly have their hedging strategies under control. He is not just a fair weather captain, but a true professional who deserves your trust. Especially for investors who do not live in Switzerland, the choice is overwhelming, with over 200 banks and more than 2,500 asset managers to choose from. I would be happy to show you the safest private banks in the world and asset managers who have consistently delivered sustainable results over the years. Give me a call. Let yourself be surprised. Insider information like this cannot be found at universities, in libraries, in bookstores, or even on the internet. If you find this information useful, please let me know. Please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel now and ring the bell. That way you'll never miss any new videos again. If you want to secure your financial future and sleep peacefully and relax like our clients, open an account with me in Switzerland in just 10 days. We will connect you with the safest private bank and a first-class asset manager who will grow your money step by step. Send me an email or call me now. Pick up your mobile phone and dial the number above. 004-1442-124404. Be rich and stay rich. I wish you a wonderful day.